You're watching the Cannabis Broadcasting Group here at cbgtv.com.
I'm already into the 420, damn it!
So what are you doing? Nothing? Why not?
Trying to get on this Lifestyle Radio website.
Sounds like a cool website.
Yeah, it's alright. Oh, wait, I might have it.
You might have it.
You're listening to Lifestyle Radio.
The opinions expressed during this show are those of the individual participants and do not necessarily reflect the opinions of their associated organizations or Lifestyle Radio.
You like music, you like weed, well, we gonna be good friends indeed. This is how much I like more than smoking trees. They'll make you dance the do-si-do and teach you how the chiva grows. Smoke a bowl on the 420 radio show. On Lifestyle Radio.
Yeah!
Hey,
jazz
Al.
fingers. I feel good.
Yes.
That has to be copyright. You're probably gonna get pulled off that.
It's on the you can play a few seconds. You just can't play more than, I think it's 17 seconds. I don't know what it is, but
however long it takes for their algorithm to catch you.
To catch you. Yeah.
Okay.
Before.
Okay, go ahead, Darcy.
We were just talking about Megadeth, Darcy and I, before the show came on, and ironically, Darcy, I've been listening to Dave Mustaine's book on Audible, since last week. Yeah,
you know we're on Audible.
We are.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. We're on Audible.
You can listen to us as you drive to work, Glenn.
You can listen to us anytime, anywhere. You can even listen to us live right now on TuneIn Radio.
We're on Audible? I call bullshit.
No, go ahead. Call bullshit.
I'm looking it up.
You want.
I know we're on iHeartRadio, Al.
We're on iHeartRadio. We're on all the radio. iHeart.
We're almost
under 420. Is it under 420?
On the 420 radio show.
Really?
Yep. We're on CBG TV. Yep.
No,
Boxcast.
We're almost on CBG.
We're almost. Yeah.
Motherfucker.
Look at it. See,
Oh, did you find it on Audible?
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Do they charge you for it?
I think it's free. I think. I wouldn't pay for it. I wouldn't pay
for it. Leonard!
I'm sorry, guys.
If they're charging for it, they better be paying us.
No, they're not charging.
Yeah, true that.
It's a free app. Everywhere that it's listed, I believe you can get us for free. Or with your subscription to their service.
I feel like uber important tonight.
Good for you.
So
the little things, eh?
Yeah.
It is. So first off, you're going to hear Marcel laugh his ass off here in about 4 seconds.
Why?
Because McDonald's sucks ass. You're doing a shitty job of people.
Are you on? You're not on your computer. You couldn't show it for us. Send a link. Something.
What? McDonald's?
Yeah.
No.
I'm hungry.
What you gonna do? Send a picture of an empty hamburger bun?
I'm hungry.
I never eat McDonald's, so tonight I said fuck it. McDonald's supper.
Okay, so I was at Matt and Val's at the Shatterizer home with some friends, and we ordered almost $175 worth of McDonald's on Uber. Okay, I got mine, and there was no bun.
Well, fuck, that would have been better for me. At least I had lots of buns. I wanted my fucking burger.
You didn't get the meat.
I didn't get the meat. I got everything else.
Did you say anything to the person beforehand?
No. I ordered it through DoorDash.
Oh, through DoorDash. So call them. They'll replace it.
No. Get this. This is the fucking piss off. So I called McDonald's straight away and said, hey, my DoorDash order was fucked up. You guys didn't put no meat on my bun. She goes, well, what's the number? So my wife told her the number, and she goes, well, I'm sorry, ma'am. There's nothing we can do about that. That's a DoorDash problem. Well, I didn't think fucking DoorDash cooked my food.
No, but DoorDash is supposed to replace your entire meal.
So, no. So I went on DoorDash and complained to DoorDash. I emailed them, and they sent me an email back giving me a $2 fucking coupon.
No, you email them back and say that's not good enough. You want the entire meal replaced.
But a $2 fucking coupon.
That's about what the burger costs.
Yeah.
The piece of meat. Oh, you got everything else.
No. Oh, what a piss off.
Hey, Darcy.
Was the sauce on there, Darce?
The whole quarter pounder was made with the bacon, the lettuce, the tomato, the cheese.
I think the DoorDash guy is still your
Somebody's like, yeah, man, I'm hungry. Gonna see this guy's fucking burger. That's fucking hilarious.
I think you owe McDonald's an apology. I think DoorDash stole your
I think
burger.
it was DoorDash. Stop dumping on McDonald's, man.
I'll dump on McDonald's.
No,
hey,
please don't.
At least it's
I
not
make
Tim
better
Hortons.
McRibs.
I agree, Len.
Hey,
Definitely.
At least it's not Tim Hortons giving out a $10,000 gift card.
Lenny just loaded up the show or something. Somebody's listening to the show in the background. I just heard him.
It's Dale.
Not me.
It's Dale.
It was
man.
Dale.
It was Dale.
Oh.
God.
Hey, Al?
Yes.
I said at least it's not Tim Hortons.
You know what? I'm not. When I go up somewhere where there's a Tim Hortons here, I go to it. But I'm not a big fan of Tim Hortons anymore.
I don't know if Al knows what you're talking about, Darcy.
Oh,
yeah. Well,
no.
someone here in Nova Scotia got to roll up the rim.
A couple people.
Oh, I saw that article, and then they said, "No, I'm sorry, this is a mistake. You can't have it."
They give them a $50 card instead of the $10,000 that they won.
Fucking assholes, eh?
Glitch or no glitch, I think they should have to still go good for it.
Hey, one of the guys turned around and said, "You can shove your fucking card. I want my money."
I think, and one of them is suing them now, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Listen, if you do anything wrong, someone sues your ass nowadays.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Not when you have a disclaimer.
Hey Marcel, that things ain't looking good for that lady, that person that's suing the hospital up there, eh?
Say what?
I said things ain't looking good for that person that's suing the Amherst Hospital.
Why?
For that girl that died.
Why? Why is it not looking good? Because they asked to dismiss the charges?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they're always going to ask, "Hey, would you please not sue us? We'd rather you didn't sue us." Is basically what that is.
Okay.
They don't have a choice. If there's enough grounds for a lawsuit, then the lawsuit's going to go through.
True enough.
What are you doing?
And I mean, they've publicly outed the doctor.
Yeah, they definitely did that.
I think one of the nurses talked.
You have talking nurses? Wow.
No. They basically spoke about what went on there, and that's why they probably have enough to go ahead. So, hey, all is well. I mean, it would be the doctor that was on. In all honesty, if I was going to the hospital and I found out that was the doctor who was on, I'd go to Sackville.
New Brunswick.
Yep.
Is that's where a good doctor is?
No, it's because that idiot's not there.
Oh, okay.
So, because I've dealt with almost all of the doctors over there, and I know who's a doctor and who shouldn't have a license. And it's an unfortunate situation, but hey, we're stuck with it. Guess what else is coming up? That Lily found out because she's taken it off his administration, and they had a big talk about this the other day. And Nova Scotia Health Authority has now turned around and said that you do not need medical transcription to work in medical offices in Nova Scotia due to the shortage of skilled workers.
What? So it's like they're basically learning on the fucking field. They're doing a co-op.
Yeah, pretty much. If you're taking office administration and you want to work in the doctor's office, chances are you won't need your medical transcript in Nova Scotia.
Wow. Well, that's going to be good for some people. I just hope they hire the right people. That's all.
Well, yeah. I mean, in all honesty, having the course, and it's not that much of a course, having the course probably make your job a hell of a lot easier.
Probably. It's more administration stuff than anything, I would think.
Yeah.
Understanding.
Yeah, the doctors are going to get really frustrated.
Yeah.
You remember that? You know what? I remember when I.
Yeah, the doctors are going to get really frustrated.
What the heck?
Dale's watching us on YouTube.
Oh, but why would his audio is muted?
By me.
It was just unmuted, wasn't it?
Oh,
Yeah,
somebody
again.
unmuted him. Dale,
Myself.
you
No,
bastard.
my mic came on just for a sec, just when I talked.
You know what? I'm doing this just because I can. You guys go ahead and keep talking.
What are you doing? Playing a solitaire game?
Yeah, I'm going to play solitaire.
You guys talk. I'll just play solitaire.
No, I'm doing something.
Okay, so let's let Al do something, and I want to know how you get high off of making edibles using solventless rosin. So Carlos Santana's weed brand launches a solventless rosin gummy.
Saw this.
All right. All rosin is solventless. So that's all that is. It's kind of like saying my pillow's infused with CBD. Right? It's a marketing ploy. But rosin is not decarboxylated. Therefore, it's not Delta 9 THC that you're getting into your system in your gummies. It's Delta 8, or actually it's THCA, which means it's not going to convert to hydroxy 11, which means you're not going to get the fucking buzz that you were expecting off of that gummy. And it's 10 milligrams per gummy of solventless hash rosin. 10 milligrams per.
We've had this conversation with regards to
100
OCS
per gram.
stuff. That's not a lot.
No, well, it's 100 milligrams. It's 100. It would be 100 gummies to a gram.
If you ate the whole bag, you'd have enough.
No, Al. I could give you 2 gummies and flatten you on your ass.
I know you could. But at
And
10
milligrams
each. And they're only what?
10 milligrams each.
So how are you doing that? They're not distillates.
I just ate a 30.
They're not distillates. That's how you're doing that. Because distillates are poo-poo, caca.
Well, they're good for headaches.
I love them. 30 milligrams.
Nothing gives me a quick headache quicker than distillate. So it must be good for headaches. No, it's a matter of whole plant versus distillate. But again, the extract I would use in my gummies, my 10 milligram gummy, would be a whole plant extract that's fully decarboxylated.
Yes. Which I would rather. And until I can do that here, because I don't know how to make candies and stuff yet, I will learn. I will just take a big glob of oil and stick it under my tongue. Thank you.
Why?
Because it
Why
works.
a big glob?
Not a big glob. I mean, I'm not talking about a gram or anything. Maybe not even a quarter.
Well, I
gram.
would hope not, because like I just
It's
said,
just weight.
these guys can make 100 gummies out of 1 gram.
Yeah, it's like waste. I get that.
Yeah.
Well, you'll be definitely comfortably numb.
It helps me sleep. Let's put it that way.
You would definitely sleep out.
I've been getting full night's sleep, so that would help me sleep really well. But I'm worried about trying brands. And before I forget, I just want to say we're on Twitch tonight. So we'll see what happens on Twitch.
What's Twitch?
Twitch is Twitch TV, and I have no idea what it is.
I've seen the logo before, but I don't know what it is.
Isn't it where people watch other people play video games?
Yeah, mostly video games, but they do podcasts too, and we're a podcast. We're a podcast. Hi, how are you?
Listen, we're an Audible.
We're on Audible. Yeah, now he's going to go to work on Monday and brag. I'm on Audible.
I thought we were a podcast.
We are a podcast.
I thought you said podcast.
I did say podcast, and I corrected myself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pod.
So
it's a podcast.
you should be able to comment in some places. Hi, how are you? And if we see what you say, we'll put it up, or we'll answer you if we can't put it up. Or if you can't get it up, we'll help you with that too. Oh, Mary Jane's not here. Sorry. Ooh.
So, Lenny.
Oh, that was bad. Sorry.
What the fuck? I'm watching hockey. Sorry. What a bullshit penalty.
He's gone from being proud of being on Audible
Darcy.
to going and watching hockey during the show.
Most penalties are, Lenny. I understand, but
no, this guy tripped over himself.
Len, you have to learn how to do some shot by shot for us. Little. Come on. Let's see what you can do. Can you do it like they do it? The big boys do it.
What'd you want, Darcy? Sorry.
So, first off, I want to congratulate Truro Cannabis on the award they won.
Cheers. Thank you. That's a good memory.
What is it?
Everybody.
I don't know, so that's why I'm not sharing.
Oh, okay.
But anyways, congrats.
Listen, I'm going to give everybody
a win is a win.
We still won it. We applied. But here's the thing. I have no belief in any awards in this world because most people, a lot of these awards out there that LPs and everyone, not just LPs, pharmacy awards, doctor awards, award, they nominate themselves.
Yes.
Well, yeah.
And like to me, an award is someone.
And in some case, they're the only ones that nominate themselves.
Yes, but I guess technically the Oscars, you submit your bullshit for the Oscars too. You know what I mean? But I didn't realize about awards growing up. It's like, you know what? If you do something well and people just recognize you, that's fucking awesome. But if you have to nominate yourself to like, look at me, I don't give a fuck. So, no offense. Thank you for the award, but I don't really care. I know I shouldn't say that, but I just don't care about awards in general.
No, let's just grow cannabis and keep doing it.
The World Series, the NHL that you actually earned, that's an award.
Well, an award to me is somebody saying, that's a good job. Thank you.
Yeah, but
that's
to me,
an award.
It should be just like an independent panel that just look and see what they find. But just you have to submit and apply.
You mean like The View?
No.
Is that what The View does?
No, The Voice.
How
The
cannabis
Voice.
cups are done.
Well, Cannabis Cups it is a taste. That's a competition. There's different. Like to me, that's a taste. Like you're sending your buds, people are rating it, and that's different. You win that, right?
I'm interested to see speaking of awards, I'm interested to see what the Karma Cup is doing with this LP stuff, because and whether or not she'll be able to do it for the legacy market later in the year as well.
But no, what you're talking about, no, Marcel, to me that's fine. It's like, you know what? Yeah. Now, obviously, you say, "Well, mine's better. I didn't enter." Well, that's fine. You could have. That's prove open, but
prove it.
Yeah. But no. But that's an independent competition. It's like, okay, I got 50 samples, 50 different people are going to rate it, and the ratings win. Yeah. Now, what I don't like is these online competitions and like Facebook likes and all that shit, and it's just that's whatever.
Did you watch any of the Canada games?
No, I don't care about that either.
No? I'll say congrats to
I don't care about
Scotia's
Olympics. I don't care about... No, I just don't... Like, no offense, it's a bunch of young people I don't know and really have no care of.
No, actually, I like Canada games because those guys are trying to compete. But,
listen, it's a good
quicker
event,
too, isn't it?
It's great for the kids and exposure, but I don't care personally about it.
World hockey is faster, and the rink is bigger, and it's faster.
Yeah, but this was all Canadian teams, right? So it was the Canada Games, each province.
Okay.
And so I watched the women's gold medal game.
Yep.
Because it was the first time Nova Scotia's ever gotten that far. And they lost the game, but they still walked away with a silver medal, which is their first. So, congrats to them. But I find it
like for
better
experience
hockey
for
than
the people
watching
going,
the NHL.
it's fantastic. Like I think it's great for those young folks that get to go and memories and. But do I follow it? No, I don't follow the Olympics either. It's like a whole bunch of sports that I really don't care about.
When we were kids, one of my buddies that we used to hang around with, he went to the Canada Games and competed, in weightlifting. That was back in 78 or 79 or something like that. So I mean, it's a big competition, but it's for sports like hockey and things like that. It's much better to watch them play because they're the ones that are trying to make the money playing hockey. And
yeah, see, I'm watching major, junior A hockey. I enjoy all that shit way more better. Better. It's not professional, but it's like it's a league. They play like it's competitive. It's passionate, and I like junior hockey.
Yeah.
Usually just junior A above.
Junior A is what I like.
Major's pretty good.
Yeah.
Major, you get a way more skill level, but like junior B, junior C does not interest me to watch. Just I'm glad it's there for the kids to play and all that stuff, but doesn't interest me.
No.
Usually the talent drops by then.
Yep. Junior B's made up of the ones that couldn't make junior A.
There's usually one or two guys that are probably should be up there, but don't because they like drinking and partying
or the politics.
Well, that's why I don't really like the Olympics and all that stuff, right? It's like I just find the Olympics I find very interesting. It's people in sports that every 4 years, except for like 2 weeks, you don't give a shit about. And then some random person you never met, you'll never meet in your life, gets a gold or a bronze, and like, yeah, I love you. And we don't pay them, and it's like weird. I don't get it. Because there's something going on with the women's soccer program, they're getting fucked over too, or something.
Yep. They're not getting funding.
And that to me is not like where it's not really professional. It's kind of like Olympic program type shit. Like there's no reason they shouldn't have the same funding as the males.
Mm-hmm.
Don't the WNBA ladies. No, don't go there. But when you're talking Olympic sports, the funding should be the same.
I mistyped the show. It went out everywhere as the 420 rqdio show.
Yeah. You guys see the cannabis petition up there?
Yep.
For Parliament?
Yep.
You sign it?
Nope.
Why not?
I don't sign petitions.
Well, then how do you expect anything to ever change?
Things don't change due to petitions ever.
No, I know, but
petitions don't change shit.
But you know what? It's the only fucking democracy we have in this fucking country. So if someone's doing it, let them do it.
We have corrupt people being controlled by even more corrupt people in a corrupt system. Your petitions only advantageous if it's advantageous to them.
Oh, it's never going to do anything, but at least there's one MP out there trying.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and kudos to him.
And no, that's why I'm like, you know what? I know a petition's going to go nowhere, but I like to get at least like 1,000 or something. Like at least try. I appreciate by the way, for the people, like I say, he's a liberal. Good for him. I'm not really Mr. Liberal guy. But actually, I'm not really any party guy. I'm just not really particularly fond of the current liberals. How about that?
I don't think anybody is.
Back about.
Well, I know one guy is. He's fucking stupid, god damn it. Doesn't matter what the liberals say, he loves them.
Yeah.
Actually, it's probably more than just him, I guess, but
I'm thinking of it, we're not friends anymore, so.
Yeah, no, but I'm not really truly associated with any party in Canada, but right now I have to admit I'm probably more agreeing with the conservative platforms versus the liberals. I voted Liberals before, so like it's not. I don't have that blue, red, or orange blood. It's like, who makes the most sense at this time? Which to me is what politics should be.
About 10 or 11 years ago, a petition was put into Nova Scotia government.
Yeah.
And when it was entered, it was the petition with the most signatures ever.
Yeah.
Ever
Didn't go anywhere.
submitted. And they wouldn't even read it.
No.
Because it went against what they wanted to do.
Oh, yeah, that's probably what's going to happen to this one. But I do think people should at least try to sign the petition and support the MP that did it and keep the fucker elected.
Right. But if an MP is submitting a petition, then I think it's on the onus of the government for the entire government to hear that petition, not the leading government say, no, we're not going to listen to it, and not even let it be read.
Well, I'm going to watch CPAC and keep an eye out for this guy and see if he even brings it up just in his... They all have their little times to mention everyone. See if he at least mentions it, but... Yeah. But I was glad he at least tried.
Yeah. I mean, it's great for him to try, but... Do I have hope that it's going to go anywhere?
I have zero hope it's going to help.
Yeah.
But I still recommend people sign the petition. I'd love to be proved wrong. What other cannabis news was up there this week?
Well, you know,
I know you got. I'm teeing you up for one there.
Well, I've loaded this up here.
Is that Raphael?
This is everything you need to know about Raphael Mechilum, and I'm going to play a short video for our break today. It's an interview with Raphael about medical cannabis and cancer that was done in 2017. So we're going to watch that later today. But I'd like to ask you guys, what do you guys know about this man other than the fact that he is the godfather of cannabinoids?
I've actually got weird mixed kind of feelings about him because I've seen some interviews where he's kind of anti-cannabis in some ways, but again, he's a pure researcher is what he is.
Exactly. He's a pure researcher. He's not somebody that used cannabis.
He doesn't use it.
He's probably never used it in his lifetime.
Probably not.
I'm going to call bullshit on that one.
Yeah, me too. He's got to do it. I mean, sitting in a lab full.
But he doesn't support the rec world of it or the culture or any of that stuff.
No, but he does support the medical uses of it.
Oh yeah, no. Like he was always researching it medically, and again, like obviously his research was groundbreaking, and he should. Did he ever get a Nobel Prize or anything?
No, he has not been even nominated for one. They're hoping that now that he's gone, that he'll get one.
Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah, I know.
Humorous fucking shit. Like he'll probably will get one, but that's still wrong. He should have got a Nobel Prize.
What I liked the most about Mechilum is he's the one that isolated THC as a psychoactive compound, and the pharmaceutical companies spent billions of dollars researching to make a synthetic THC, and they did. It just didn't work. They lost their shirts on it because it was later that in 2004 Mechilum come out and said THC is not the medicinal compound of cannabis. So they'd spend all that money researching to come out with Nabalone and Sesamat, and that didn't work.
Well, they work. They make you sleepy.
It says here both plant derives. It says here both plant derives THC and the first endocannabinoids were discovered in Israel in the laboratory by Professor Raphael Mechilum. And there's now
I think he found the receptors too. I think
there's now like thousands of cannabinoids that they know about.
CBD was isolated back in the 40s. They identified CBD.
CBD was before THC.
Was it?
And yeah, that was back in the 40s when they isolated CBD. Yeah. THC
which is
was in the
probably why
60s.
one of his books is What Does Science Say About CBD?
Right. But if you look at it, 20 years later, he's turning around and says he found THC, and it's a psychoactive compound. 40 years after that, he come back out and said, it's not the medicinal compound that we thought it was. CBD has much more promise as medicinal. But he's still isolating all of the cannabinoids.
Yeah, in the end, he's more of an analytical chemist.
Like he's never looked at them as a whole on how they work with their synergy, where each works off the other. So yeah, makes a nice compound, but it makes a better mixture.
He's been in 3 movies. Weed the People, which was
okay, documentaries. I thought you meant I was thinking
and
movies.
The Scientist, which I shared a link on everywhere today, and the history of marijuana, the true history of marijuana.
No, it's definitely big cannabis news or cannabis related news, no question.
It is.
But yeah, he wasn't big on the rec of it or the adult use of it per se.
Well, he's a doctor. You know.
Yeah. Still have some fun.
My doctor's very clinical about it.
Well, again, in your clinical setting, you're in there as a doctor. How I talk to somebody if I'm in the pharmacy over cannabis is much different than I'm talking to you right now about cannabis.
My father was a doctor. He was a psychiatrist. He was a pill doctor. And he told me when he got Parkinson's that he did not want to use cannabis because of the way it took hold of your mind. And he would
no
rather.
offense, but that's kind of ironic.
Yes, I know. And he ended up in a hospital bed in a hospice setting, going.
Did he ever try it? Ever?
Never tried it. He refused to.
Which I find really, but again, he's going from the weed scare media.
But this is also a man who, in my teens, helped me do my first big project, and it was about marijuana. So, I found it, but there was no arguing with him. I mean, it was his choice, so I didn't argue with him.
Oh, yeah, no, but that era was the reefer madness. And,
Yep. Well, it's also because he came out of the 40s or even the 30s, I guess, and that was how he was raised and how he learned in school.
Listen,
right?
there's still people that believe that way.
Oh, I'm sure.
But again, for healthcare professionals, this is what I challenge them all. It's like cannabis in Canada is actually the one drug or medication that you're allowed to actually play with yourself and go try.
we didn't have the research.
It is, and there's no other minus aspirin or Tylenol. But I'm saying, like, you just can't go try gabapentin. You can't just go try Paxil. No, you can't
just
like
try OxyContin.
No, well,
you can if you order from Mexico.
Some very bad healthcare professionals probably have illegally, but
you can get it on the dark web and through medical websites in Mexico.
From hospital pharmacies, and
you
they
can
were
get
stolen.
anything on the dark web.
Of course you can. Yes, you can. Yep.
But my point is, and this is what I always tell people:
here's some interesting news. Here's some interesting news. It's nothing to do with cannabis, but I did find an interest in this because in the state of Montana, they're proposing a pure blood legislation. Have you heard about this?
No.
No, that sounds kind of Nazi-ish. But the title's bad anyway.
Well, what it is, it's going to be banning anyone who received the COVID-19 mRNA vaccine from donating blood, plasma blood products, blood derivatives, and human tissue organs.
Here we go again. Holy fuck.
Yeah,
and the more I think,
after forcing how many people to get it?
Yeah, but hold on, Marcel. Who is doing this? Some like this is not the state of Montana.
It's sponsored by Miles City-based Republican Greg Metz, a Republican, and appears to represent an attempt to appease a frightened and angry constituency.
In the States?
So,
here?
See that's a little bit.
Well, it's Montana.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I like. For me, I refused the vaccine, and
I didn't refuse it. I just couldn't find a place that would give it to me by the time I was ready to go.
No, I refused it, and I refused it right from day one. I refused it.
I didn't want to
refuse a flu shot.
I've done that,
right?
and I've gotten
because
the flu,
I know the
so
science
that's
behind
why I
it,
didn't.
and I know there was no science behind this mRNA vaccine for this cold.
This cold.
My concern now is if I need blood, am I going to get blood that has mRNA in it?
And that's a valid concern, I would think.
Technically, all blood has mRNA. It's for yourself.
But of the COVID-19 one.
Yeah, viral mRNA.
Yeah. So,
yeah, but I don't even know if they would even after. If it's even a test, like I only had my 3 shots. I didn't do any 4.
Yeah.
And
what are they up to now? 6 or 7?
I think they stopped at 4, didn't they?
No, I still see people yammering on about getting their boosters and doctors telling people to go get their boosters.
Yeah, I think it's pretty much the vibe's pretty much over. You'll like, especially where the winter's over now, like on the end.
Yeah,
you'll see them. You'll see a little push next year, or the flu shot again.
You know who I watch to see where people are getting sick is the grocery store, because when the ladies are walking around with masks on, somebody's been in or an employee has tested for it. When they don't have it, because sometimes they have them and sometimes they don't. So where are they getting this information? I don't know.
The mask at this point is, come on, guys. Like, I feel bad for those still wearing it. They're not thinking.
We saw somebody today drive by wearing their mask. And
listen, I think if you're sick, you should put on a mask. Here's how a mask should work.
If you're sick, you should
put on a mask.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's who should wear masks, people.
Yeah.
Remember that.
That actually has proof.
I remember when this started, when this whole COVID thing started. We were doing the show on Zoom, and they had a little thing that you could put on that would follow your face, and it was a mask. I think we all did a show that day, or with masks on one time. You know, masks are a thing now. I don't remember the last time I drove by a car and there wasn't a mask hanging from a mirror.
You don't see that here in Nova Scotia because the cops will pull you over for that.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. They'll pull you over for a handicap card hanging from
and now they've got that scanner for your license plate. They got your license plate scanner here in Ontario, where just going by a cop, if your sticker isn't paid for, well, we don't have stickers anymore, but if your plate isn't paid for, or your insurance is off, or you've got fines or warrants, they'll pin you just like that. Happened to one of the kids up here just last week.
Oh yeah, but there's a hack you can get for that.
What's that? A blue tinge on your license plate?
Yeah, something like that.
And that's why they're going after.
Then they'll fine you for that.
Exactly. That's why they're going after people for having those covers on. You're not allowed to have those covers on anymore.
Yeah.
But how
They're
do you...
really cool for going through traffic cameras.
Or even just...
And all they get was reflection back of
You just
of the
keep
light.
your plate
Why
that
don't
had
they
the
have
stickers
this
falling off.
technology to find murderers and rapists?
I know, eh? Or cure cancer.
Yeah.
No, but they find all this wonderful technology to get fucking people insurance fines or plates out of date, but it's like you can't fucking catch them if they kill or rape anyone or fuck.
Oh yeah, no. They would rather spend millions of dollars investing into roadside THC breathalyzers.
Well,
You know how dangerous you could be with a bag of chips.
Drunk driving or inebriated driving, fucking take their license away. I agree with it. But going after people because their fucking insurance is out or whatever, or fuck, like what a.
Well,
it's just, and you wonder why people don't respect policemen, and it's just that shit, right? We want you to protect the public, not fucking be tax collectors. Oh shit!
I'm not going to say anything about cops. I'm just going to keep.
But they get a bad reputation, right? Like I'll say it for the Truro Police. You know what? God love yous. I even know some of yous. But they set up a speed trap in this little place called Park Street where there's no houses, there's no pedestrians, but there's a little hill. And if you get caught going over that little 65 versus 50,
people want to jump it.
All day.
Yeah, because the kids want to jump it.
Well, no, it's just, he's getting just adults that just got a little heavy on, like it is a little stretch. And they're just a little heavy on the thing. And he knows why he's there because he's going to catch people all the time.
It's like, and then you get pulled over and it's like,
hey, what happened?
It's just, you did it, but you're not protecting the public. You're just going after fucking fines.
Yeah. Oh,
like,
well,
the police are supposed to protect the public.
It's it's public information that they have quotas and they have to fill those quotas. They don't get their little mark.
Which is bullshit.
Their little stars on their menu on Friday. They don't get their stars if they don't.
Yeah, but if I was a policeman or wanted to be a police officer, that'd be my least fucking. I wouldn't want to be doing that shit.
I think that probably for most of them, that's a very, very good statement. But for the newbies, the younger guys, they're very sticklers for the regulations, and they, you get a totally different outcome when you get pulled over by a veteran cop and a newbie.
Either way, cops don't want. I just feel bad for the police and the politics behind it, right?
Yeah.
Hey, you want them out there getting drunk drivers. You want them out there when there's spousal abuse going on.
Yes, of course.
Like they have dangerous jobs. Going after fucking drunk driver or fucking someone going 20 180 zone like when there's no one around. Fuck.
But
give him a warning or something if you want.
You're on warning, officer. No more speeding for you.
No, but you know what? You get a warning next time you get caught. You know what? Fucking fine them. But that's all. I just was like, to come up with that program, that's just tax collection now. That's all my point.
Yes. No, of course it is. Yeah, it brings me back to Buford T. Justice.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Well, go away.
That wasn't that wasn't Buford.
No, I know. That was more Gomer Pyle.
Gomer Pyle.
Yeah. And
which you
the
can
police
watch on
officers are
Pluto.
quite reasonable.
There's your plug for Pluto.
Yeah. What was that, Lennie?
I say a lot of police officers are reasonable in a lot of things, right? Like we have concerts downtown Truro. But like they see pot smokers, they don't care. They leave it alone. Like I don't see them chasing that.
Here's the thing, though. People look at police officers as being a total different entity, like a hierarchy that they do no wrong, yada yada yada. But people forget they're still cops, or they're still humans.
Yes.
Right? Whether they're a cop or not, they're a human. And they will fuck up just as much as everybody else does. Sometimes even more. Because
listen, if you're an asshole doctor, you're an asshole cop, you're an asshole
If
lawyer,
you're an asshole, you're an asshole.
Period. Exactly is my point. If you're a good person, you're a good person.
Right. Because I've met some cops that are great, and I've met some cops that are dicks.
But they're probably dicks anyways.
Exactly.
Usually.
So, but the problem is that they're now a dick with a badge and a gun, and they threaten to arrest you. Right? Because now they've got a bit of power.
So much for not saying anything about the cops.
Yeah. But I know, I mean, I don't hide that from cops. I'll tell a cop that.
I think most cops would tell you that too. There's good ones about. There's like everything in life.
I've always maintained this. When people say there's good cops and there's bad cops, I've always had the same response. If there was good cops, there would be no bad cops.
I don't think I've ever had an issue when I've had an interaction with a police officer in either in a criminal sense or a driving sense or any sense, really. But I mean, I grew up with a guy who ended up being a Toronto cop, and he was just a nice guy, you know. So really, if you're a dick, you're a dick.
Most of them are. If you treat them nice and respectful, it's great. But some cops are dicks. And I'll give you a good example. I was driving on the highway through Quebec on my way to Ontario, being passed by a half-ton truck with Quebec plates, and I had New Brunswick plates. And a cop pulled me over for speeding, even though I was being passed. I got pulled over for speeding, and as soon as I asked, he called for backup, and there was 2 more cop cars showed up to give me a speeding ticket.
Yes,
that's overkill,
right? But if you're going to pass somebody and you're speeding, and the cop pulls over the other person, there's something fucking wrong. And yes, was I speeding? Yeah, I was probably doing about 70 miles an hour, but I was being passed by somebody who was doing about 75 or 80.
Yeah. But here's my last interaction with a police officer, and guess what? He was professional, nice, and everything, but he did a bonehead decision. My license plate, the paint wore off a little bit. I didn't know, so he said I had trouble reading your plate. I was like, okay, I'll go get it fixed. I had a $400 fine from it.
Yeah, see.
That's to me is like, you know what? He was very polite. He was professional, but that's just again doing a quota. And it's like, you didn't have to fine me.
No.
Like why? It's like, by the way, it was like 6 a.m. on a Sunday. Me going to work.
Yeah.
No one else on the road, and it's like, again, my point is, how was I endangering the public? Great. He should have done great public service and was like, hey, sir, just want to let you know that your plate needs to be replaced. Give me a warning. So that's what I'm saying. I hate when the police is being used as tax grabs for the government. That's, I guess, the whole rant I'm having.
I got pulled over for passing on a turn. And this is like in Shubenacadie, and it's all farmland, and it's all open field. Yeah. And this turn, it's probably about a 1 mile turn, but you can see all the way down and around the turn. And it's a dotted line the whole way on this turn because it's so wide open.
So how can, yes, that's what I was about to ask you.
So I pulled over. So I come up behind this guy who started slowing way down. I pulled out and passed him on this turn. And as soon as I did, the cop who was behind me puts on the light siren and comes after me and pulls me over. And she comes up. She said, do you know why I pulled you over? I said, obviously not. She said, well, you passed somebody on a turn. I said, because it was clear. Well, it says right in the vehicle regulations that you cannot pass on a turn. I said, but it's a dotted line letting you know that it's safe to pass in either direction. And she says, that's not how it works. And I said, well, then that's an issue with the Department of Transportation and not with me. She said, and you're also tailgating that person in front of you. And I looked in the rearview mirror and I said, you mean the one that that was actually slowing down and pulling over to let that passenger out, and there's somebody digging a suitcase out of the back of the car right, to go into this house. She goes, well, I'm not going to give you a fine today. I'm just going to write you up a warning. So she writes up a warning. I just balled it up, threw it on the floor. If she give me a fine,
at least she did the warning. At least she did the warning.
Yeah, but she realized that she wasn't going to win with me.
Oh no,
I wasn't tailgating.
I
the guy
said
pulled
to her,
over.
like, ma'am, I would have said, ma'am or officer, you can fine me, but I am going to challenge it, and I'm going to win.
Oh yeah. Yeah, give me a fine. Let's go to court.
I don't need Johnny Cochran to beat this one.
No. But I mean, I have met some really nice cops. But I prefer not to deal with them. I won't call them friends. And the reason being is the cops swear to an oath that if they see a crime, they will arrest. So they have a hard time being around somebody like me that back then, because I'd smoke pot and I didn't care. But if they're around me, they would have to arrest me.
Somebody's got munchies. I hear a rapper. Or they're rolling a joint.
No, you didn't.
I think you're the only one hearing it.
Okay.
Here, let me get a little closer.
Are you dealing with the other company that's allowed to make psychedelics?
Yes,
Is that what's going on now?
I am actually. Yes, got me.
No, I moved too close. It stopped. I have 200-pound lump sitting there snoring.
This is what it sounded like, which is the sound of a rolling paper.
No? Do you hear that?
Yes.
I hear that.
Okay. Do you hear this?
Hello, Nick. How are you? I was just going to say, if you're listening, say hello so we know you're listening, or we're just going to sit here and talk to each other.
Yeah, it was a week.
We might talk about you.
Yeah, we might even talk about you.
We talked about Mashulam. Well, I don't know what else to talk about cannabis-wise this week.
Did I post any good articles in the thingy today?
I'm looking. That's what I'm trying to say.
Oh.
Canadians. I didn't really understand that tinnitus article you shared. I didn't really read it. Didn't make any sense to me.
Do you know what? I can save them a lot of research money right now. Cannabis does not fucking work for tinnitus. Because
actually, I actually get tinnitus if I get really fucking high.
Yeah. I've lived with tinnitus since the 80s. And cannabis does nothing other than it can help take your mind off of it. But when it's there all the time, it's there all the fucking time. And it doesn't matter how much cannabis you use. It's still fucking there.
I'm curious where Nick is from. So now we'll see. We'll wait. TikTok. We need some waiting music.
He's from Facebook.
He's from Facebook, but I'm wondering where in the world.
He wants to try Optimus Loudmouth.
Hold on. Let's.
Does he?
Put it up there.
Yeah.
Oh, I know Nick.
Okay.
I know.
All right. So he's in Nova Scotia, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah, he might be going to a Megadeth concert, too.
Yeah. Hey, Nick.
Yeah. Because, Darcy ain't wheeling himself there.
Yeah. I guess shout out to Optimus Cannabis. We have the Legacy Market brand at Optimus Cannabis. So.
As soon as my paperwork comes in, we're signing myself up. But I sent it off. Al sent his in, and it took 3 weeks. 3 weeks, he said, for Al's. I sent mine in two weeks ago.
I hear medical registrations for cannabis being signed with licensed producers is decreasing, and designated and self-growing is increasing.
Really? I put down that I needed an interim supply because I knew I wanted to try Optimus.
Always do that. It makes them feel better.
Yes, exactly.
You don't have to do it. It's like when you said, where we get your seeds, well, you need to get seeds from us. Yes, but you never buy them.
I didn't
They were shitty seeds.
I didn't put yes for seeds.
Back in the MMAR days?
Oh, back then, yeah. Oh, God, yes.
Yeah.
It was,
Yeah.
If
You
you
put
didn't,
yes for
they
C's,
thought
but
something was
then you went
wrong, and
online.
they would investigate you.
Yeah.
You know. No thanks.
where
I've
did
got
you get
my
your
own.
seeds?
Well, where are you getting them?
Off the internet.
From the bikers down on Lakeshore. Sheesh.
But no, I think data shows medical cannabis in general in Canada is on the down. Like, it's not plummeting, but it is going down.
I've seen articles that basically say that a lot of people aren't even sending in their papers anymore. They're just going and utilizing the recreational market for their own values and doing some research. This is what I do. I did some research when I go to the medical store or to the recreational store.
Yeah,
I do some research.
Here's where I'm going to counsel everyone. If you are actually consuming it medically, this is why you should get a medical license. Growing it or procuring it yourself.
But it's
if
easier.
You are buying it,
it's easier for somebody to just walk into a store and go, give me 5 grams of this and 5 grams of that, than worrying about when their fucking license or getting all the paper or having to pay for it or going to see their doctor for it, because doctors are saying, nah, you got recreational. What do you need from me?
No. There's lots of doctors that will do it, but here's why you should still do it. You could be claiming all those procurements.
You're right.
On your taxes.
So can I claim my whole grow room?
Nah, that you would need an accountant for. But I'm just saying, if you have medically prescribed and you buy from a federally licensed LP,
yes,
that's
if you have a
tax.
receipt. Yeah, I always get my receipt. Marcel, can I claim my grow room?
I don't think so.
No. Okay. Even because it's medical.
But the other thing you should do is, I'm not advocating smoking and driving or cannabis and driving, but if you at least have your medical document and you get challenged on it someday, may save you.
What about insurance?
Might save you on insurance as well. Those are the things I'm saying.
No. I'm talking about cannabis insurance, because I know that a lot of companies, as soon as they hear the word asbestos or cannabis, they're like, gone. Just like banks and cannabis, right? By the way, if you're a cannabis business and you need a bank account, go to Ultima. Okay, just saying.
But no, but it just it's just nice to have it for your own protection.
Yeah, but what I'm getting at is we had a gentleman named Scott on a while back, Wilkins, and he was doing riders for cannabis grows, personal cannabis grows for medical patients. And now I don't see anything about that kind of stuff anymore. Right? Like it's...
See, I don't know if I believe that the designated grower or the medical growers is going up. I don't know if I believe that.
I don't know. We got a comment here from a Facebook user. I don't know. All I know is I'm...
If you had a DG, what's a DG? Designated grower, they can claim a grow room and expenses, but a patient can't do the same.
Well, that fucking sucks. We're gonna ask Jack about that, who will be here next week. He was supposed to be here this week, but his flight doesn't get in until 9:30, and we're kind of done by then. Yeah. But he will be here next week for sure, he said.
Yeah, I don't know. That's all tax things and stuff like that, and but the other thing is, too, if you're a chronic consumer, I know there's other markets out there, but most places, medical cannabis tends to be cheaper.
Well, we're going to, like I said, as soon as I get my paperwork in, we're going to sign up on Optimus, which is Lennie's medical cannabis program.
Oh, I'm not even just talking off. I'm just saying in general.
I know, but I'm talking about Optimus because I'm proud to support my friend. Right?
Yeah,
who's trying to do something good. Who else is doing fucking medical?
Oh, there's a few in Canada.
Is there?
There's a good one in Ontario. There's a nice one in Ontario when they're open. Aja Life, that I know the doctor and the team there and the pharmacy associated with it. They'll be a good outfit.
I'm surprised I have not seen the name Ira Price pop up anywhere. You know, I don't think he wants to put himself together with something like that, right? But there's a lot of people who have just disappeared out of the scene, eh, Marcel?
Oh yeah.
Just poof. Gone.
Well, it's hard because again, there is such now the legal federal market program is so huge now, right?
Yes. Yeah. It's gotten to the point was what's the point?
I think that's where some are getting at. Yeah. Oh.
So, do we want to take a break and watch this little film, this little interview with Ralph Mitchellum?
Sure.
And have a pee and all that? Yep. Okay.
You guys were close, right? You call him Ralph?
Yeah, we were close. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. You know what? He's somebody that, however I followed, I wouldn't.
Oh no, me too. But
you know, I mean, he was a very, you know, we've had some scientists on the program over the years. We've had Rick Simpson on a few times. Were you here with for when Rick was on once, Marcel, or no? That was just with Amy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. He's actually, I've seen some promoting that Rick might be showing up at some events in Europe this summer.
Oh, yeah?
Yep.
Good.
Yep. Which means he's probably feeling better. I don't know what's going on with Dr. Bob. I have not heard anything about him in quite some time.
Yeah, he was doing not so well.
Yeah, he was not doing well at all. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, unfortunately. And
the last update wasn't a good update.
No, his daughter's been keeping everybody updated, and they've gone longer and longer in between. So, you know. But anyways, okay, so let's watch this. I'm going to load it up. This is an interview from 2017, and it's called Cannabis and Cancer, and we will be right back.
Now, you asked about cancer.
Yeah.
Here it's I don't find the right word. It's a sad situation. Thousands of patients are using medical cannabis against their cancer. And some of them report that it works very well, whatever that means. There hasn't been a single clinical trial with cannabinoids against any cancer. Now, that I don't understand. I mean, it's being used.
Yeah.
People say that it's effective. There
It's anecdotal evidence, but you need clinical trials.
So people use medical cannabis against cancer without knowing what to do with it. Do we need a lot of THC? Do we need a lot of cannabidiol? We have done work with in one of the hospitals, as well as here with some of my neighbors that work on cannabis. Most definitely, both THC and CBD and many of the other, as I said, 100 compounds that are closely related to cannabis act on cancer cells, on cells. So we're working now in mice. But there is a difference. I mean, humans are not mice.
Yeah.
Until it's done in humans, we are not there. Now, why for having governments or whoever bodies that do work done anything in cancer? They say it's okay for cancer. What does it mean it's okay? I mean, I don't know what it is.
People want results.
Yes, and we don't have any results in humans. Any explanation for that? The answer is we have no explanation why there have been no clinical trials. Now, governments don't usually initiate clinical trials. Yeah. That's true. But this is a very special case. Companies don't do it, and we have anecdotal evidence that it acts. So there should be somebody maybe our Ministry of Health, doing the clinical trial.
Has the impression that the government, to a certain extent, is all governments seem to be scared to grasp the nettle of separating the illegal use and the legal use.
Yeah.
And maybe it's political lobbying that's needed.
Probably they don't understand it. So we are trying now. There is a initial clinical trial starting at Hadassah. There are a few initial clinical trials starting in Tel Aviv. We found a donor who is going to support the work in Tel Aviv and glioma.
Right.
And we have found
That's a brain tumor, glioma.
Yes.
Glioma.
And there are some other brain tumors, and maybe we're going to work on a brain tumor in another hospital. But it should not be done in that small way. It should be done in a major way. I mean, okay, somebody should spend so many millions to find out whether the anecdotal evidence is correct and whether one should use for this type of cancer a certain mixture or one of the compounds, for another type of cancer, another mixture or another pure compound. This we should know. We should have known about that 10 years ago.
Maybe we need to get the politicians to watch Live Doctors, and especially this interview, and you never know what could happen after that.
Completely right.
Are you a cannabis content creator? Are you looking for a place to have your content seen? If you answer yes to both questions, then you need to check out cbgtv.com.
Hey, this is Cheech. And this is Chong. And you're listening to Lifestyle Radio. What is it? Lifestyle Radio. Say it one more time. 420 Radio? Woo!
You're listening to Lifestyle Radio.
Are you an independent musician? How would you like to have your songs played on hundreds of radio stations just like the one you're listening to right now? Join MusicSubmit.com and we'll promote your music to radio stations and blogs in your genre. It's free to set up your account, and we guarantee your music will be considered for airplay by radio stations worldwide. Why not sign up today? It's free. MusicSubmit.com. Radio promotion for indie musicians.
This is how we grow the weed.
Okay, go, Darcy.
Is he even there?
No.
No.
He's not even back. He's trying, I think.
That is one long second.
Yeah, he said, I'll be a second. Yep. So what'd you think about that?
Well, the video actually, not him. It just, again, becomes frustrating. He said it, right? Well, I don't understand why politicians and blah, blah, blah aren't forcing this or looking into it. And again, his mistake being is clinical trials is ran by pharma industry.
That's right.
Well,
politicians have nothing to do with it. Which is probably a fundamental flaw.
Yeah. Again, corrupt individuals controlling a corrupt group of individuals controlling a corrupt country.
Yeah, but no, it's not. It's just weird. I find it just really strange that very few healthcare professionals see the problematic bias of the whole program. And I learned it, like I say, when I graduated. I didn't see it. I wasn't paying attention. I just thought it was all good, and then learned over my years of stupidity or wisdom, whatever way you want to call it. And
yeah, to get a drug cleared, you have to do a clinical trial, and a clinical trial can cost you easily $100 million.
Well, it's not even necessarily just that. Like, I'm not even trying to shit on. It's the way it's not even actually shitting on pharma. It is the way the system in medicine. They try to create everything called cookie cutter medicine, and they went to this thing and they got this thing called evidence-based medicine. So they started trying to show, well, if you don't have like a 10,000, 20,000 trials showing that something does something, you can't, which is a good thing. There's nothing wrong with that. But it became like, if you don't have that on any therapy or intervention, well, you're not allowed to use it.
Yeah.
And that's where cannabis is falling and things like that. So it's like,
and the reason being is to run that trial, it costs money. And if you can't get a return because cannabis isn't patentable.
If you can't patent and the pharma company's not paying for it is the issue.
Exactly.
Which is not, I don't blame them either.
But at the same token, is cannabis, because cannabis has been proven to be effective for many different.
Well, they will call that weak anecdotal. Like he used the term himself, weak anecdotal evidence is what he's going to say.
Right.
So
but if they turned around and they did a trial and it proved that it wasn't anecdotal, right?
No, but that's the problem. That's what he's saying. No one's doing the trial because your governments won't fund it, which they don't fund anything, to be honest, except fucking soccer teams and shit. Again, this is what bothers me, right? We'll spend $50 billion or something for an Olympics, and I'm not against sports.
Yeah.
But if you're homeless and you're not doing things for your health care and stuff like that, you don't pay for that shit.
Yeah, you have hundreds
there's
of people
called priorities
reserves without water.
Yeah, no, exactly. It's priorities, and sometimes I don't agree with the government on priorities, but that's why cannabis can't get. It's hard to get covered by insurance. They like to say, well, there's no data, there's no studies, and what they mean by no studies, it's no large randomized control trial.
But yeah, because there have been studies, and that was always the one that pissed me off the most about Health Canada's statements that there's never been clinical trials on cannabis.
To them, they're not big. They're weak. They would call them weak studies.
But it was still a clinical trial, and it was done as a clinical trial, and it was proven.
Yeah, but to them, it's all going to be weak in this evidence-based world. They call it weak. But here's the problem with the system is they punish, and this happened in COVID. They punish doctors or healthcare professionals that want to think outside the box. Like it became that, well, if you don't do what the guideline says or what we tell you to do, you're a wacko and endangering everybody is what's happened. And this is where cannabis falls in sometimes. And it's just silly. It shouldn't be that way. It's like you've been trained, you have education, and to think the whole world falls in the same cookie cutter program is not. But the flaw that they're all missing is, like, I'll just pick on diabetes for one. You have the diabetes clinical guidelines, be it the American, Canadian, whatever. They're all based off large randomized clinical trials, which only happen with pharma drugs. So they don't look at chromium or berberine or other
cannabis.
Or whatever. They just don't look because they're not doing the study. And that's what's happening to healthcare. And it's stupid. It's just dumb.
Stupid and dumb.
But here's the only thing cannabis has going for it, and nobody will refute. And this is what I actually, when I educate doctors and stuff, is like, well, the only good thing you get about cannabis at the bare minimum, like, it won't kill you.
Yeah.
That's right.
So back to what I was saying, it's like, listen, doctors or pharmacists, why don't you go fucking grab a 5 milligram gummy at the liquor store, go buy it. Yes, and hey, did it help you sleep, or how did it make you feel? Like, what side effects did you have? And
if I asked my dad, okay, well, let me ask you, because you're a pharmacist. Have you? You must have reps come in from the pharmaceutical companies all the time.
Yeah.
To come and say, hey, try this, try this, try this, try this, try this.
Well, they don't use. They're very smart. They don't say.
Well, they used to. They used to come in and give you a handful of pills and say, hey, try these. Right?
No, but they'll come and they'll show you their big study and how it compared to placebo or something else, and or why it's better than this.
And you get trials.
They'll show me their study.
Yes. No. You'll get samples.
They cut that down a lot.
Did they? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I know that when I was very young, for the most
back
part,
in the day,
instead of giving my mom a script for my Ritalin and that, my dad would just give her all the samples that he got every month.
Right? Nowadays they'll give out what they call like
a sample pack.
No, like an insurance, like a 30-day free card or something like that.
Oh, okay. I get you.
That's what, at least that's what a brand name company will do. They'll like give those to the doctor. So here's a try. Instead of giving them the product, they can just bill it to the insurance, and then the insurance can track it, right? Too. It's all about data collection in this world, right? So
makes sense.
Oh yeah, and it's not a bad thing.
Well, they do. They do clinical trials of pills and stuff for a lot of things, but they, like he said, there's some out there that need to do something about cannabis because there's not. I mean, that was 2017, so things have changed, I'm sure.
Not a heck of a lot.
No, okay. Well,
not really,
that's very sad to know.
I don't think so. Like, not from the medical side.
Wow.
Like Germany is one. Like we do export stuff, and learning the different rules in the different countries is very interesting to me. Like
you export to Germany. Do you guys export to other countries, Churro?
I not like again. Not all, but I have, and I won't say anything more. But I've been also working with some people to do more of. But,
Yeah.
But Australia, I'm aware of a lot of rules in Australia, a lot in Germany, and they're just. Some of them are smarter than Canada, and some of them are just ass backwards. Like Germany's very flower driven, which is weird. But they can't, like, it's hard to actually bring in like oil or capsules or soft gels.
Does Amsterdam? Well, they've got their own.
I don't know about Amsterdam, but
I'm just wondering if anybody from Canada ships to Amsterdam or anything. I know they do Jamaica and Mexico, and they've got farms all over the place that are Canadian.
But to me, if I was a government promoting medical cannabis, like I don't know if I'd make my laws like promote the smoking of flower or leverage it that way over. Are
there any countries that are smoke free or not smoke free anymore? Can you go into a cafe in France and have a cigarette while you're having a coffee? You know,
like cigarettes? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. And I would think that they've attached non-smoking policies. Most countries are non-smoking now, I would think. You know, as far as businesses go,
Germany's like 80% smoking cannabis versus any other format.
You can't smoke anything in a business in Ontario. Period.
Oh, Nova Scotia the same way.
Yeah, and I'm sure most of Canada is as well. Marcel, you're very quiet tonight.
I'm looking at strains.
Oh.
I'm looking at this ILGM. Oh, I love growing marijuana.com. Okay. And their seeds. And I heard you're getting shipped seeds, but that's not where you're going to grow, is it? For your first grow?
Who?
You.
I've got Dale sending me some of his Northern Lights.
Right, but you're not going to use those for your first grow, are you?
No, I'm going to get stuff from the OCS for my first grow.
Feminized seeds or clones?
Probably. Well, we're going to look. I'm going to look. I have to do that soon because, you know, it's getting real warm here. And, you know,
yeah, dude, it's nowhere warm yet.
I know.
But now's the time that you should be looking at, because I've started mine.
Yeah, well, I'm going to wrap the flower room first so that I can start stuff to go out into the, like it's getting that close. So I'm just going to start some and do a mum or two, and get ready to go out into the greenhouse.
Yeah.
There's no sense even might as well just go for it, right? Tick tock, tick tock.
So that's that one. What's the other one I want to look at? Sonoma seeds.
I'd love to know what our listeners are planning to do with their strains, if they're growing, if they're not growing, or what are they smoking and stuff. That's what I'd like to know.
Well, I want you to use feminized seeds for your first big grow here.
Okay, so then I will do that.
I don't want you to have to grow them up and start sexing them.
Well, okay, then that's what I'll do. I'll order some from OCS like other people are doing, and we'll start there. And then I'm going to look at clones, and I've got some friends that might be able to send me some clones as well. So,
I'm going to grow a critical orange punch from Nova Scotia Liquor.
I have heard. Are you really?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome, dude. I'm surprised, to be honest with you.
Why?
Because I'd like that strain. And is it on OCS, do you think?
I don't know. It's Dutch Passions.
Yeah,
Dutch Passion
they have Dutch Passion on there. Pretty sure. Somebody's listening again. Dale.
His mic came on.
Yeah. Let's go to the OCS and see. We still have a half an hour. Let's get some seeds, shall we? I really need to do this, I know. I was busy doing washing machine stuff this week.
Does your dispensary sell seeds?
No, he doesn't. But he said he would get them for me if I wanted. But is it going to be cheaper or more expensive just to order from OCS?
Like, does he have a minimum quantity that he can get away with ordering?
Exactly.
Probably has to get a case. Probably.
Yeah.
So I will
I'm with a bunch of seeds until next year.
He did say that he would order me seeds if I wished. But I am looking here, and I can get a 10-pack of cherry vino for $32.50. So I think I'll stick with that, and we'll try that. Not that strain. I'm just we got $22.95 for tangerine cookies, autoflower seeds. It's a sativa dominant 8-pack, $22.95.
Yeah, you don't want autoflower.
Don't want just feminized, yeah.
Feminized seeds.
Okay, so we're gonna go here. Plant type, a hybrid. They're all hybrids, but do I have Facebook to share? No, thanks, not right now. What am I looking at? No. We're Dutch Passion, yeah. Dutch Passion seeds. Let's see what they've got there. And we'll apply it. They only have the critical orange punch feminized. $52 for 5.
Oh, hang on now. Let me go to Nova Scotia Liquor.
This is OCS. Yeah.
You know the difference. But I want to see what the price is for.
I'm going to bring up the page so that we can see it. Sorry if it offends anybody.
Cannabis.
Where are we here? There we go.
Yeah, 19 off.
So that's from the OCS right there, and they're $52 for a 5-pack. Is that a good price for feminized seeds?
Look, and Darcy just texted me and said he's on the phone with Eastlink, trying to find out what's wrong with this.
I'm trying to do a fucking podcast, and you keep fucking dropping me off. And I know I'm trying to change that because I was against saying podcast a long time ago.
I call it podcast. I'm just fucking with you.
I know.
All right.
I don't need to leave this up, do I?
Dutch Passion.
So I'll look at that later.
Okay, how much are your pack of seeds?
$52.
Yeah, $59.98 here.
Woo! It's cheaper here in Ontario for me.
Nova Scotia gets fucked all the time.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're sold out online.
Let's see if they're sold out here. Select size. It's not letting me select any. Okay, 5-pack. Add to bag. They are not sold out.
All their seeds are 5-packs.
Okay.
What else have they got here?
Continue shopping. Well, that's what I just said. Let's see what else they've got.
I'm just looking to see they have 34th Street seeds, Humboldt seeds, and Dutch Passion seeds.
Well, I'm looking at all the Dutch Passion right now. I have unchecked hybrid. I'm looking at all of them now. They have 2. They have purple kerosene, which is a sativa dominant. $49
oh my
for
God,
5
I love
packs.
this.
What?
This is a great marketing ploy for some of these ones. 34th Street seeds. They've got AK-47 crossed with UK cheese, autoflower, 17 to 24% THC.
Wow, man. Right. Is that good?
34th Street Acapulco Gold seed is 200 to 260 milligrams per gram of THC.
Well, so
it's 20 to 26.
Yeah. Why wouldn't they just say that?
I don't know.
Maybe they're not allowed?
No, why wouldn't they? Here's 34th Street Mango CBD. There's 90 to 150 milligrams per gram of THC and 90 to 150 milligrams of CBD. Instead of saying it's 9 to 15%, they're putting out the milligrams.
That's what Health Canada makes them all the labels say, right? So there's mirroring.
No, but here's another one. 34th Street Double Chocolate Seeds. Sativa dominant, THC 17 to 24%.
Can I ask a question?
Okay, it's just that, but the ones that are doing the milligram, they're just following the Health Canada standard.
They have Northern Lights seeds regular.
Yeah.
Stay away.
No.
Which is stupid anyway.
You're getting Northern Lights regular seeds.
So they're not feminized. They could be males. Blah 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 blah.
Yep.
All right. Well, we're not getting those.
No, even that one back to Health Canada. The entire planet talked percent, but you mandated everyone go milligram per gram. Like, what idiot did that?
Yeah, that's
you know what I mean. It's just why. Just like that. That's all I'm getting at. Is like, it's the same thing. The entire world did it this way. Like, what are you trying to prove?
Let's go see what they have for hash.
I like the. What was I getting? Crap! I already closed it.
Papaya bubble hash.
I was getting
Capers hash.
Oh crap! What's it called?
Pineapple hash. Oh, they got hash points. What?
Turbo hash.
Do they have yours?
Labs.
No, and on Nova Scotia.
Do we have it here?
Blue Nose Labs Capers hash coin.
I see that. Yeah, I'm looking at a hash coin as well.
Yeah.
Live hash blend. It's called $12 a gram.
Good supply hash bats, Jongi infused pre-roll. Ooh. 26 to 36 milligrams per gram.
See, on the OCS, they say 30 to 38 THC, and they say 0 to 0.15% of CBD. Like, they tell you that flat out. Not per 100 million fucking blah, 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 blah. Like, fuck off.
Good supply, good old hash. Lenny, you said true.
I'm looking at the same fucking thing you are.
We're on there. You're on NSLC, right, Marcel?
How much is the good old hash there? How's the old school hash?
Yeah.
Indica dominant, 525 to 600 milligrams per gram. So 52.5% to 60%.
That's what we do for our hash, yeah.
Yeah.
You can shop on OCS.
$21.99. Your fucking hash is the cheapest. No,
it's not.
Joints. No, it is.
I'll throw a little out there. NSLC changed their pricing. They put me up. I wanted to be $19.99, but they put me up.
Yeah, they got you 21.
I know. I hate it. I hate that price. Sorry, people. See our bubble joints. True OG bubble joint.
I don't see those on here.
It should be. It is there. Trust me.
Oh, yeah.
One of the best sellers in the concentrate categories.
Oh, we have some
I
comments.
wonder what this good supply of good old hash. It looks like good old hash.
Lindsay says hi.
Hi, Lindsay.
Yeah, she doesn't. Yeah, Lindsay's correct.
What are these coins? What's Lindsay saying?
Nobody understands the milligram per gram like the average folk. They're all, I think they're starting to learn now, but it was just stupid.
That's kind of cool. Yeah. So Darcy's fighting with his internet provider.
You know what? I had Eastlink when I was up in Durham and in Mount Forest, and I have no issues with them at all. I always had good internet. We were always, good on bandwidth. At the time, they didn't care what you used their bandwidth for as long as you paid their bill.
Well, I was about to say, is it the internet, Darcy? Is it you paying your bill?
They turn off your internet on a Friday night.
I shouldn't laugh, but it's like the odds are it's probably the bill got missed.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the ding.
Plug it back in. Oh, that was Dale.
That was Dale.
Oh, was it? All right.
I asked him to send me a link for the stuffs there.
Okay, let's go look at this gold warp.
This is the link that you're looking at that he just sent?
Yeah. $80 for what? How many seeds? Is that 50 seeds?
Back in the day, in the 90s, it might have even been in the 80s, I paid $60 for 5 seeds of lemon skunk, I think they were. I'm not paying $80 for fucking seeds, dude. Not now, anyways. Not yet. When I know that a seed's going to come up and I'm not going to fuck it up, then I'll think about it. How's that?
Yeah, it doesn't say how many seeds you get.
No, it doesn't.
Sketchy.
What do you have to say for yourself,
no reviews.
Dale?
It's the legendary Texada Time Warp crossed with another Canadian legend, the Gorilla Gold. Early yields of fruity, sweet, and piney buds with some pink pistils. Finishes late August to mid-September outside. Nice. On which parallel?
On which parallel, yes.
Right? Finishing time is determined where the sun is, not just pick a date. Because when you're
going to hear a ding in a minute. Ding!
Yeah. There's I forget which seed company it was, but it actually told you when it would finish at a particular latitude. So if you're at the 40th parallel or the 49th, like Al in the 50s.
I'm up in the 50th. I'm up in the fucking nosebleed country.
Yeah. So, I mean, the further north you grow.
I still can't believe I'm all the way up here, to be honest with you. I go to the fucking dump now and I sit there, I take my camera and I watch the bald eagles fly around. It's fucking awesome.
Go in the evening and watch the bears.
She was telling me in this, like, coming soon, when everybody wakes up, they're just right there all day long. They're just there eating the garbage. So, yeah. Yeah, they got bears, they've got coyotes, they've got wolves, they've got, of course, the larger breeds of animals, moose. But the bald eagles, I mean, you pull into the dump and you look up in the trees, and they just sitting there, lining the trees, waiting for a rat to go by or a smaller animal or even a small bird. There's ravens flying all over the place.
Bald eagles are a scavenger first.
They go after anything.
Anything that's dead.
Yep.
So that's why you'll see them along rivers and lakes.
Yep.
Looking
dead
for
fish.
dead fish.
Yep. But they did just line the thing, and I haven't had a chance to take my digital out there, just my phone. So next time I go, which is either be tomorrow or Monday, because I have to take the old dishwasher to the dump. That's going to cost me $50.
What?
Yeah, they charge you for dumping large fucking stuff.
And they charge you $50?
I don't know. I don't know how much it is, but they're going to charge me.
Used to like the dump we had in Chilliwack because you drive in and you got weighed.
Yeah, we don't have a scale here. It's just a lady that stands there and punches your ticket that you get at the town office, and they have an area for old cars and for old dishwashers and fridges and stuff. Then the garbage area, and then a bin for recycling. It's nothing major at all.
Oh
yeah. It actually costs more.
Ticket on your way in, and then on your way out, they weighed you again. And
we don't get weighed. It actually costs more. It costs $4 to go to the dump with 6 bags, and $2 to put it out at home.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit more, but you get more girth, right? So, and you get to go see the bald eagles, which is really cool.
You guys still use black plastic garbage bags?
Up here, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, but they've just stopped the single use in the grocery store and pretty much all the stores. We've got paper now.
Yeah.
You got paper there yet?
We've had it for over a year now.
Yeah. It's just starting here. They are all running out of their supply of the bags, so because they can't buy them anymore, right? So,
well, they can.
Yeah, but they won't.
I sent you guys this one because I couldn't do this. I don't know how to share it.
You couldn't walk up that?
Oh, I couldn't.
No,
well, I've seen that picture before. I couldn't walk up that. No.
I don't know. I could never do that.
If I could do the stairs now, I could do that. When I was younger, I could run up that and sit up there.
Now I got to fucking show everybody. Jesus Christ, man.
If you could figure out how to do that, I was like, there's no chance I could do this.
I will do it.
And there's no logic to it, Marcel. It's like the stairs are plenty wide.
Yeah.
So this is what he's talking about here.
It's one of these things that show up in your
it's a
Facebook
video.
feed.
I didn't realize it was a video.
Yeah.
You see your legs?
I'm working on it.
Oh.
Here,
I couldn't do this.
Let's start it from the beginning.
Well, let it replay.
There it goes.
Oh, shit. That was Denzel Washington.
Like her
Seems
legs
a little
are shaking. I'd be doing the same thing.
Wow.
Would you really?
Man.
Oh, I'd be shitting myself. I can't climb up 3 rungs of a ladder, dude.
Yeah, I'm pretty. Yeah, heights. Yeah.
Didn't you go up the CN Tower?
I've been up the CN.
Yeah, that
I
one
used to
doesn't
have
bother
no
me though for some reason.
Did you walk on the glass floor?
Yes,
yeah.
I've done it. Yep.
It was weird.
I walk right out on that. That's not an issue. There's no hesitation.
But going up to Niagara Falls,
I have to admit,
going up to Niagara Falls for me, I'm very trepidatious about it. I have to take a few minutes and getting up to the railing there before I can look over and shit. And that's the sound.
Like the CN Tower was fine. Like, no, the thing's been there for kind of ever. I think it's probably pretty safe.
Yeah, it's that one time, Len. That little crack that started in 1994.
I had a smidge of mild nausea looking down the glass floor, though. Yeah, a little bit.
Pre-1983, I was scared to death of heights. I wouldn't go up more than 3 rungs on a ladder.
And now, how many times have you jumped out of a perfectly good airplane?
Yeah, but what did it for me was the Middle East.
You kind of had to. If you wanted to play, you had to jump out of an airplane.
Yeah, but when we were in the Middle East, we were stuck on top of a rooftop for hours and hours all day long. And when I first got there, there was a guardrail, just a railing all the way around this one building. And when I first got there, I would go up to probably a foot away from the rail. Was the closest I'd get to the edge of the building. After 4 weeks, I was jogging on the ledge on the outside of the rail. Just anything to combat the boredom and entertain the soldiers on either side that were watching.
Can't do that now.
No, I don't jog. But then after that, that's when jumping out of planes and shit like that just was natural because I'd gotten over that fear. But everybody has a natural fear of heights at 33 feet.
I've always wanted to jump out of a plane, but I think at my weight I'd be an idiot to do that because I would break something on the way when I hit the ground.
No, do a tandem jump.
No, it would still hurt too much.
Tandem jump. If you have a good jumper, he's going to take the majority of the landing.
I couldn't do a tandem jump too because I have social anxiety around people. People can't touch me.
Yeah, see that would be an issue.
I'm over 300 pounds still, dude.
But I'll tell you what, the first jump is the easiest one.
Well, 280.
Because the first one, you're excited. You have no idea of what it is. You're just pumped to be there. So, yeah, let's do this.
Yeah.
The second jump, you're sitting there thinking about all the things that can go wrong. So it's harder to get out the door the second time. Splat.
Well, it took me a long time. Like, I obviously fly a bit now. I've gotten over it. But to me, the whole thing with flying was like, I
love flying. I love planes.
No, I hate it. It's the social anxiety me out there. Just the herd of cattle in there. Fucking, I hate now. But
I mean, when we were...
No, it used to be about the plane going down, and I figured it must take like fucking 30, 40 seconds before you fucking die. So that must be horrible.
Lenny, after I broke my back and I had to change traits, I went to the Air Force.
Yeah.
And I was trained as a professional photographer for the Air Force. My first posting from there was in PEI. I landed there on a Friday, went to work, and said I just got there. They said, go home, unpack, we'll get together on Monday. Your furniture's supposed to be there. Sunday morning, I wake up to these bells going off from the airport beside me, and my sergeant banging on the door saying I had to get to work. And my first photo job in the military, after being fully trained, was the F-18 crash.
Oh, really?
And my job, because I had extensive medical training and background, was spent in the hospital with a doctor photographing aircraft parts while he identified what remains were in those parts.
Yeah.
And that was an eye-opener. And the military takes pictures of a lot of horrible shit.
You know, when I studied commercial photography at Humber in Toronto, and one of the people that came in, they would come in from the Toronto Police Department, from the coroner's office, and try and recruit forensic photographers or people that wanted to go into that field, anyways. And they would show some pretty graphic pictures and videos to try and coax those people that were like, yeah, cool, man, look at all the blood. I can do that. You know?
Not necessarily the picture. To me, it's smell.
You know, when I worked at the Toronto East General Hospital, I had to open up the bays there on Sunday morning to let them in, the coroners in and the funeral guys in to collect bodies and stuff for that week. And the smell of the refrigerator is a smell you never forget. Ever.
Yeah.
Especially when they twitch and try and grab your arm.
You see,
Len laughs because he knows I'm serious.
when I say the military photographs everything, I don't know if they still do. I mean, they did. I was assigned to photograph.
Wouldn't that be what NCIS does?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But I got the job of photographing a funeral.
Yeah.
I got a call out to a hospital one night to photograph somebody that got kicked in the mouth with a pair of steel-toed boots.
Ouch.
So I had to take pictures of all of his busted-off teeth and bones sticking out of his face.
Yeah, that's why I didn't go into forensic photography.
Yeah. And that shit kind of
weighs
weighs
on
on
sound
you.
like having a time, I'll tell you that much.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. It's not a job. It's an adventure.
Yeah, right. Right. They'll put you into whatever you want, but hey, there you go. Go take pictures of dead people. Have fun with that.
Yeah.
Man.
Take pictures of people that wish they were dead.
Yeah, instead. Yeah, go to a concert. Take pictures of people who wish they were dead.
Yeah, the ones that are partying it up. But I mean, it wasn't all bad. I did a lot of flying. A lot of it wasn't fun flying, but a lot of it was great. Ended up getting published in Reader's Digest. A bunch of my photos there from.
Well, it's not like you're a podcast on Audible or nothing.
No, I'm not. Well, I am. Fuck, I'm on Audible.
For a few years, Len. For a few years.
Now.
We've been on Auto since before you started, Len.
Really?
Yeah.
I only got into Audible because I was trying to get a Johnny Rotten's book when I was going away like several months ago. I couldn't fucking find it anywhere,
and you know what?
I found it on Audible, and I will listen to it. I kind of got into just listening to books now.
Yeah, well, I mean, I found Audible a long time ago when Robin Williams was pushing Audible, and he was doing a little podcast on there every week where he would talk about stuff and things like that, and he would read books and blah blah blah, and it was quite good. So that was my discovering Audible, was because of Robin Williams. But now they have like podcast galores. What's that?
Like I've listened to Johnny Rotten's, and now I'm doing Dave Mustaine for Megadeth. This is how this all came up tonight.
Well, now you can tell people at work that you're on Audible too.
Yeah,
you put it on your business cards.
Seth Rogen's book I did. I'm just Lonely Boy by what's the shit brain fart.
I don't know.
Fuck. Sex Pistols, lead guitarist.
Oh, I know what you mean.
Yeah, no,
not Johnny Rotten.
I know. No, he's the singer. Fuck, Glenn Matlock's the bassist, and he got kicked out for fuck's sakes. I can't even think of the goddamn fucking lead guitarist. Oh my god, I feel like a moron.
You can remember to tell us when you remember.
No, I'm Googling
next week.
This is early dementia coming on, I guess.
So next week, Jack said that he will be here for anybody who was here to listen to Jack or to see
Steve
Jack.
Jones, son of a bitch.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Paul Cook, Glenn Matlock, Johnny Rotten, and Steve Jones.
And Sid Vicious, obviously.
And Sid Vicious. Now, was there other lead singers?
Sid Vicious did one song.
That's it?
Yeah. Then he died and went to jail. Well, he was going to jail anyway, but he died.
So it was Johnny Rotten.
Yeah. Johnny Rotten was getting kicked out or left, whatever version you want to go with it, and Sid was going to become the singer.
And he only did one song, yet he's the one that everybody remembers.
He did the famous cover of Frank Sinatra. I Did It My Way. It's actually fucking awesome.
I know, I've heard it.
It will be my funeral song, by the way.
This is kind of actually interesting, some of this stuff. The final gig of a difficult media hype tour of the U.S. Rotten announced the band's breakup live on stage. Over the next few months, the three remaining members recorded a song for McLaren's film of the Sex Pistols. Vicious died. So the Sex Pistols have been recognized as a highly influential band In 2004, Rolling Stone placed the number 58 on its list of the 100 greatest artists of all time. On 24 February 2006, the Sex Pistols, 4 original members plus Vicious, were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
They didn't show up.
Although they refused to attend the ceremony.
Because they refused because apparently they had to buy tickets to go to the fucking thing, like to bring people. So they said, fuck you. They have a letter. The letter's online. They wrote this. Johnny Rotten wrote this giant letter why they didn't go. It's fucking hilarious.
I read on.
But I just did Marky Ramones with, like, to me there's the Ramones have a bigger volume. But Ramones and Sex Pistols to me are like they're top fucking 5 of all time. Those Sex Pistols did one fucking album.
Have you read No One Gets Out Alive?
Which one's that one?
Jim Morrison.
No, I'm not a giant. I will read it. I'll probably read them all. Like all. Yeah. I think my next one's probably. Or I read. Listen to me, asshole. Listen. Flea's probably my next one.
Oh yeah.
From Chili Peppers. Yeah. Like I've read all Dave Grohl's books and.
I like Dave Grohl.
How are we doing for time, Al?
We have 8 minutes. Well, sorry, no, we have 6 minutes.
Yeah.
All right, so here's homework for everybody for next week, for everyone that's listening. Tell me what you're going to grow this year.
Yes, I have to figure that out.
And if you're going indoors or outdoors.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing.
You're not.
And hopefully
but people listening, like Lindsay grows, so Lindsay can tell us what she's growing.
Yep.
Homework.
And Dale and hopefully Darcy will be here with us. Maybe Mary Jane. And next week, of course, Jack will be here. We hope.
Yeah,
he's a busy boy.
It's St. Patrick's Day. I can't commit for sure. I'll be here.
Okay. Well,
Ken's coming back from Florimax.
Is he? So book him.
Oh, I meant to message you. Yeah, Andy from High Tide. If you remember him, he's doing.
I just saw some stuff about him. Yes, book him. Say yes.
Well,
we have.
Book him. You're the booker.
Well, send me his booking information, please.
All right. I assumed I have Andy's email. I can send you Andy's email.
All right. Or he can just say hi on Facebook. I think he's on. I got him on Facebook.
And indoor.
What was that?
Ooh, fancy Lindsay.
Oh.
Lindsay's going to grow Do-Si-Do, Bruce Banner, and Pink Kush.
I'd like to try and grow some Bruce Banner. I like Bruce Banner, but which is the better one?
Yeah, which Bruce Banner? Same as which Northern Lights?
That's right. There's a few of them like that, eh? And even the Gorilla Glue
number 4.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
Here's the thing: just like your CBD infused pillow, people will name strains to get you to buy their seeds. That's it, right? So if they happen to say, it's Gorilla Glue number 4, and it's something that they have no idea what crossed with what, you're growing what they sold you.
Yep.
And Lindsay says Bruce Banner 3 is supposed to be the best.
All right, I will look for that. But I think what I'm going to start with is
best is also personal opinion.
That's right. I'm going to try some stuff off the OCS. I'll let you know what strains I got next week.
There you go.
Might as well.
Yeah, because if you're creating mothers, you want to start them soon.
Yep.
Because if you want to cut some babies off of those mamas, the babies need time.
Peterborough Pete's are up 3.5 on FYI. That's why my camera's off again.
Oh.
You should put a little icon of yourself up on your thing there for when.
I gotta take the computer up when I come on this because I can't. It doesn't let me do it on the iPad.
Oh. Weird.
That's why you get the stupid dot. Sorry, folks.
Oh, that's okay. The dot's fine. We get a dot from Dale as well.
No, I looked to see if I can do a picture or anything like that. I wouldn't let me do it from my iPad.
Oh.
Yeah,
but if you do it on your computer, it'll save it, and then it'll be on your iPad next time you use it.
Yeah, I just like using my iPad so much better. It's just so much more convenient.
On that note, what did she say? Bruce Banner number 3 is best. Okay. Thank you, Lindsay. I didn't know that. I've had 2 and 4, I think. So
I think I want one more strain, so that's why I was looking at and I saw some Sonoma seeds today, so I wanted to see what all Sonoma had.
Cool.
And they've got pretty fancy packaging, but their prices aren't that bad.
Well, you know, we're
$5 for 5 seeds.
We're gonna find out this season how good the seeds are, because I gotta choose 4 strains like AFAP.
So you're gonna make 4 mothers.
AFAP.
At least can I keep 4 mums in a 6x6 tent?
For a little while.
Then that's your answer right there.
Well, I mean, my mothers are in a 6x6 tent till I get my clones off of them, and once my plants grow doors, my mothers grow doors, and I flower out my mothers.
Well, I would probably do the same thing.
Well,
it sounds like a reasonable way to go.
Yeah, but then you've got at least one big plant of each strain that you put out.
So how many would you suggest I go? You got 1 minute.
I mean, what? How many mothers?
Yeah.
How many clones do you want?
I don't know.
So remember this. Every time you cut the top off, it grows 4 new tops.
Okay.
All right? So when you cut the first top off after the first 4 leaves, you can root that. That's your first clone.
Oh, okay.
4 branches will come up, or 4 tops will come up. You cut those 4 tops off, root those, you now have 5 clones.
Okay.
16 new tops are going to come up.
And we're going to continue this next week.
Yeah, you cut those tops.
Because we have to go
and 4
now.
new tops on each branch is going to come up.
This is how you top
We
the
got to
weed.
go. Say goodbye.
That's how we top the weed.
Later.
Yep. Night.
So what are you doing? Nothing. Why not?
Trying to get on this Lifestyle Radio website.
Sounds like a cool website.
Have a good weekend, guys.
You might have it.
You're listening to Lifestyle Radio.
The opinions expressed during this show are those of the individual participants and do not necessarily reflect the opinions of their associated organizations or Lifestyle Radio.
We are the Cannabis Broadcasting Group here at cbgtv.com.